Hi, David Wallimann here. Thank you so much for joining me for today's Masterclass. Every Monday, you get a new free lesson. And today, we're going to talk about building confidence, which has a lot to do with how people are going to perceive you. Regardless of the notes you choose, regardless of your technical ability, confidence really has a huge impact on your playing. So let's dive in. I'm going to show you a few unconventional exercises. Grab your guitar. Let's get started. The concept today is a little bit different from anything else we've done in the past. We're not going to rely on modes, we're not going to rely on shapes, and we're not going to rely on theory rules. But we're really going to focus on confidence, on delivering something with our guitar that basically is full of engagement. I want you to be engaged with what you're playing. I'm going to give you a couple shapes to get started. These shapes are not conventional shapes. I don't want you to analyze what's going on because you're going to miss the whole idea here. But the first shape is this right here, and you can use this on any string, any fret. I'm going to use this on strings 4, 3, 2, and you're using the ring finger, middle finger, and index. And each of these fingers are separated by 1 fret. So in this case, I've got my ring on string number 4, fret number 7. The middle finger is on the next string, so string number 3, fret number 6. And the index is on the second string, fret number 5. That's our shape. You can play that shape anywhere you want. Any fret, any string. And you can reverse it. So instead of having this, you're mirroring it. If I'm using those 3 low strings, frets 7, 6, 5, you can mirror it where you have 5, 6, 7. Okay, those 2 shapes are going to be useful. You can make your own shapes, but we're going to use this as a demonstration of what I would like you to do. I want you to play a musical phrase that is not something that you've learned before. So that means a short musical phrase where you're just hitting some strings, playing the notes, and everything should be synced. I don't know what I was playing. It was not in a particular shape. It was in a zone of the fretboard, this zone, because I decided to do that zone. But I'm just kind of like playing. And those 2 shapes that I mentioned, this one and this one, are just kind of guidelines for you to get started. But you could make your own shapes. It doesn't matter. The whole point is to have a short musical sentence regardless of the key. We don't even know if we're in a single key here, probably not. But make sure that every sound that is delivered is clean and played in sync. In other words, you don't want to have something where you're playing and then your mental kind of gets confused and you hit a note here before you strike it. So, see, there's a disconnect between your thoughts and what you're playing. Everything should be in tune and delivered in a way that is very engaged with the listener. It's basically connecting your mental and your physical at the same time. And that's difficult to do. And that's why I'm diving you into this kind of thing where it's atonal. There's not really a key or anything like that. Because it puts you deep in the water of, a little bit stranger place, right? It's a little confusing. It's a lot more confusing than if you were to use your pentatonic scale. That's very comfortable. But if you don't have that anymore, that forces you to play with a delivery that makes sense. And it's going to point out some problems. So if I just play freely like that, you will see that at some point, hopefully, there's going to be some problems that come. And we'll talk about that in a second. So let's just play with that concept. I'm going to try to use some of these 2 shapes, this shape and the reversed one. And the rest is just going to be random notes, short musical ideas. Think rhythmically. Okay, there was a problem right there. That last note, it wasn't played, it wasn't delivered with the right impact. It was a little hesitant. So I'm going to go back to that. So that's what I wanted. So that's what you're going to focus on, playing that particular idea where you kind of messed up, where you kind of tripped on yourself, and play it several times until you don't trip anymore. And once you feel confident that you can do that, continue. Okay, right there. That's what I want. But when I played it, there was the disconnect between my physical and my mental. Right there again. That means that I'm not really in sync. So I'm going to make a little exercise with that. And once I'm confident that I mastered that, I continue playing random notes. But you've got to play like you believe it. You don't want to play hesitant like that. You want to play with confidence. Okay, right there. That's what I wanted. But that last note kind of resonates with the next one. So I want to be really sure that I'm playing everything the way that I want. What you could do also is to, if you really have trouble diving in like that, is to play a note anywhere, any fret, any string, and mentally visualize the next note you're going to play. So let's say that I'm hitting right now the 3rd string, 7th fret. Okay, I'm deciding that the next note is going to be the 1st string, 9th fret. So I'm looking at that note. Imagine how that's going to be played. Imagine that my pick is going to have to reach across to grab that 1st string. My ring finger is going to play that 9th fret. So it's a slower process. And as soon as you hit that note that you're aiming for, in this case, 1st string, 9th fret, you are visualizing the next note. So as soon as you play that note, you're not looking at that 1st string, 9th fret. You're looking at another random note that will be your next note that you're aiming for. So for example, I hit that and I'm looking at this one right now, which is the one I'm going to reach for, 2nd string, 5th fret. And as soon as I play that one, I look at another one, a random one. This one right here, for example, 5th string, 7th fret. And so forth. So you're always looking at the next note ahead. That's going to result in slower playing. But it's really going to help you make that connection with the mental and the physical. Obviously, when you play, I know that if you just cut that video like in the middle when you're playing, and you're hearing this, you might think, man, either that guy is on something or he's like in this extreme atonal jazz thing. No, this is just an exercise that is going to help you when you play the things that you like to play. Maybe that's what you like to play, but maybe it's more melodic. And that's going to help you solidify that type of playing. This is just an exercise. I should mention that as far as the tone goes, try not to go with something overly distorted. You can have a little bit of gain like it's happening here. But you still want to have some dynamic. So if I hit the note slower or lighter, that's my French coming. I get confused with language stuff sometimes, sorry. But If I hit it softer, that's the word, it's not overly distorted. But the more I dive in, I dig in, you can hear a little bit of gain coming. And that also has to do with confidence, because if you add some variation at the attack of your notes, that's going to help you too. So that's what I have for you today. As soon as you have a problem like there, you go back, make a little exercise, repeat that several times. And just work on that. That's really going to help you. That's what I had for you today. So practice this every day, 5-10 minutes a day. I promise in a month you're going to see a huge difference in your delivery and the way that you connect your ideas with your instrument. Thank you for watching this video. Watch more. I have a lot more content here. I've been doing this for about 9 years already. Wow, time flies, and it's just getting funner and funner. So watch more videos. Thank you. I will see you next time. Practice well.